So for this slime project, I want you guys to come up with 3 different ideas that you can possibly use for the project. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go online to find a reference image, and I think I'm going to look specifically for silhouettes. It will be a little bit easier, but you could actually use photos as well. I found a silhouette of a raven. To save that photo, I'm going to click and hold and then add it to the photo album. Okay, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to open up Illustrator. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Open up Illustrator, and I'm going to create a new document. So I'm going to just hit custom, and I'm going to create a new document. I'm going to go to inches, and I think I'm going to make it longer, wide versus tall, and I'm going to make it 11 inches wide by 8.5. You can always change this, but I think that's what I'm going to start with. That's the size of a piece of paper. I'm going to hit create file, and you'll see your artboard right here. This is your what would be a piece of paper, right, on the computer screen. If I click this little icon here, this is going to allow me to import my photo, and I'm going to go to photos, hit I would like to allow, and then sure enough you see my image of the raven that I just saved to my photo album. I can resize this. Okay, it keeps it in proportion. Sometimes what will happen is it will shrink it one way versus other. So if you grab the corners, that usually keeps it in proportion. As you shrink, both the height and the width will shrink at the same rate. So I think I'm going to place my raven up in this top left corner, nice and large, and then I'm going to create some balance. So with this, I'm going to have another image, and I'm going to use a mouse, and I actually saved that already. I'm going to place my mouse in my document, and my mouse is going to be smaller than my raven, and it's going to be towards this bottom right hand corner of my document. Now I have very equally balanced design with those 2 different images, but I do create some asymmetry because they're not the same size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just screenshot this. I'm going to hit this front button and the side button at the same time. It'll screenshot that, put it in my photo album, and then I could go to Schoology and place that in the document. So, or it's not Schoology, sorry, Notability. And this is the brainstorming sheet. I could add that photo right there. Then I would come up with 2 more ideas. Okay, if you want to just sketch this out on a piece of paper, you can do that as well, but I want to see 3 different ideas before we get started and before we choose our final version. Okay, let me know if you have any questions.